Okay, wait a minute. Okay. I'm just making sure. Yeah. Last time I played Toy Boss, I finished level 55. So, without further ado, let's play level 56, which I'm first on. So it looks like we've got to get colours, get rid of cages, destroy cages in this level, um, and also get a certain amount of colours. And it's funny because with my OCD kind of making me not at my best when I play these games, I was getting ready to drag the colours along in order to get rid of them. You know, like when you play Jelly Splash and you have to um, and you need to drag the colours around, to drag lines of colours from one end to the other to get rid of it, to get rid of colours. It's hard to describe, but I'm sure you'll know what I mean if you actually play the game. And yeah, it's hard to describe, but it just shows um, how badly affected I am by my OCD sometimes when I forget the workings and mechanics of a game that I've played so often, isn't it? Uh, with how I've advanced through so many levels on it and whatnot. And it's looking like I might even have a bad start with this video. With Although I don't know, I doubt it was something of a game changer. Those two power-ups that I got together just then, wasn't it? Um, so there might be some hope here after all, maybe. Looks like, yeah, it looks like I've done it. There there I was again, being negative without any need to really be. So now we're on 57, yeah, which I'm first on all. So it seems on this level we need to get rid of the bubbles once more. And by the way, I know I say this every time, but I feel like I should. Make sure you visit no. Make sure you visit No Gamer. Make sure you visit No Gamer. Make sure you visit NoGamerYouKnow's channel. He's a very entertaining gamer to watch. I know he changes his voice a lot with his recording software and whatnot, and makes him seem like a bit of a scary mystery man, but he has a good heart, I feel. So there's quite a lot of bubbles on this level, isn't there? Enough bubbles that Bubble Bobble would be proud even. I know my commentary's corny, isn't it? But I like to feel like I make up for it with my gaming prowess, as you saw just and getting quite a massive score here, aren't I? So, no doubt I'm still first here. Yeah, 57. It's funny because this person I used to know online used to um, for some strange reason, disliked the number 57. He was, I suppose, maybe kind of superstitious about it even. And I used to sometimes use the number to mock him. Like I used to back in the days when I wasn't so apprehensive and disagreeable in terms of Star Trek. Back in the days when I was actually kind of entertained by, okay, still am a bit, but I don't watch it as much now. Yeah, but back in the days when I wasn't as apprehensive about Star Trek, I used to visit this Star Trek related site that's full of Star Trek lore called Memory Alpha, I think. Memory Alpha apparently is the name of a star or something like that in real life. I'm not sure really. And on the Memory Alpha website, it's like a Wikipedia style website where you can where you can edit things if your information about certain Star Trek related things is right, and say the ones that are posted on the site are wrong, then you can edit it with the true facts about Star Trek lore. And sometimes me and him would make false jokey edits on sites like Wikipedia and that Memory Alpha site, just as jokes and whatnot. And on one time, because of how Memory Alpha sometimes had pages on the site just devoted to certain years in the canonical history of Star Trek, like say 2363 being the year that Captain Picard's Galaxy-class Enterprise was made and commissioned and what have you. Well, one thing I once did, one edit I once made on that site in order to play a kind of joke on this person that I used to know was for the page. It was for the page dedicated to the year 2057. I wrote something like, "This is the year that I." This is the year that this is the year that insert name, my friend died. Because of his dislike for the number 57, I thought it would be fitting to kind of make a joke about it on the website and say that in the year 2057, that was the year he died. But because he was a joker himself, he immediately edited the page to say that was actually the year after I died and said something like, "This is the year CJ the Coward died." So, yeah, I'm on level 60 now, and I'm sixth, directly below me mum. So let's see if I can get to first on this one as well, like I've been doing with pretty much most of the others. This is a nice, interesting design, isn't it, with the bricks all over the place, cutting off the access of the ice to so that it can't expand onto the rest of the playing area, at least temporarily anyway. But when levels start like this in a kind of, and the playing area that you've got is only a little claustrophobic area, well, it kind of severely limits the amount of the possibilities for the moves that you can make at the start, doesn't it? And that makes some levels extremely problematic, especially sometimes when you don't get many moves on said levels, as seems to be the case here, really. But hopefully I'll be able to mix a power up with that Rubik's Cube there, because often power-ups generally aren't very good when they're by themselves, and you get the best results when they're mixed with other power-ups, as I'm sure you've learned by now from watching me play. But it'll probably be for the best if we can get some other yellow boxes on screen first, but I was starting to panic a bit now, so with only 8 moves left, so I guess I'll use it now. And yeah, that wasn't a very optimum result, sadly. So I guess we'll try again and see. Yeah, I'd say we'll try now. Still don't think I'll do it, but I'll probably come closer. Oh yeah, we'll do it. That was a surprise, wasn't it? So there you have it, level 60, everyone. And still second. Well, no, it was something like 6th or 7th. Yeah, it was 7th, I think, before. Anyway, now we're on to the next map section, which is like a sandy Sahara Desert type place, although it looks kind of Egyptian, and I think there's, well, Egypt is in Africa, so maybe the Sahara Desert is in Egypt. It seems like it's Egypt with the sphinxes and the cute Lego pyramids, the cute Lego-like pyramids and whatnot, and like the tower spires and the refreshing water springs and the desert-like trees and whatnot. I like how another train track starts here after we finish the desert. Anyway, let's get started here on the desert. It looks like this is where the colourful bricks start. So let's get to work. And my face cam's definitely working, I think. Yeah. Oh, okay. 61. Level 61 it is. Let's see. And 12 on this one. Didn't do very well then, did I? And speaking of doing well, it's a shame about Bruce Forsyth dying recently, isn't it? So, rest in peace, Bruce. Apparently Bruce was possibly the man with the longest ever TV career, according to Wikipedia, I think, so that takes some doing, doesn't it? I always remember how I used to like his, I think it was the Price is Right show that used to be on British TV in the mid-90s until 2001 or so. Yeah, quite a fun show to watch with lots of rather silly but entertaining games that the contestants would play on it. like yodeling games, which took place on kinds on like snowy kinds of boards or whatever. I can't really describe it very well since it was so long ago. Makes me think of high school when that show used to be on TV. Anyway, as you can see, I'm first again. So let's get on to 62 now. First here as well. And I didn't really say much about the colourful bricks, did I? What you're supposed to do with these is get rid of boxes of the same colour next to the corresponding coloured bricks, but you don't necessarily have to do that, as you probably realise when watching me. Then you can destroy colourful bricks with power-ups like propellers and TNT boxes as well. As you'll no doubt see me do again when we play through this level like so. Beach balls on this level as well. On the higher levels that I'm on now, like 14, 20 and whatnot, I don't think I've seen beach balls in levels for quite a while now. I was lucky that the propeller was pointing downward like I was planning for it to do, wasn't it? By the way, I can't believe that Sylvester Stallone is about 71 years old now, I think. He sure doesn't look it, does he? At least I managed to get 3 stars there. A paltry score compared to the one I got the first time round, though, isn't it? Let's go on to the 63. I think the reason why I thought of Sylvester Stallone then is because sometimes I feel like maybe I sound like him a bit with all my umming and ahhing and whatnot, like in how he was in Rocky maybe. And yeah, I'm 12 here, so let's see if I can get first on this one as well. And this level's a really nice pattern as well, isn't it? I think my mum said that when she played it the first time as well. Kind of reminds me of when with old Spectrum and Amstrad games when they'd be loading and you'd see the coloured bars at the side of the screen as the tapes made all kinds of screeching and wailing sounds while the games were loading. They were the days, weren't they? Back in those days, because games were kind of graphically limited, it meant that a lot of the time game makers would need to kind of capture your interest in games by having artists come up with imaginative covers for the games and whatnot in order to make you want to buy them, because more often than not, really, well, not more often, but quite a few times, the covers of the games, the imaginative artwork on the covers would be more entertaining than the actual games themselves, especially if, say, the controls were really bad or you just couldn't figure out what to do in the games because of how games didn't hold your hand at all back in those times. you were just basically left on your own to figure it all out, especially with how I was too young and impatient to read instruction manuals and what have you back in those days as well. And so it often just meant I was left scratching my head when trying to figure out how to play and work certain games sometimes as a kid. And then as I kind of grew into my teenage years and my pre-teens, I did get a lot more interested in reading instruction books and whatnot back then. But in modern times, I haven't felt anywhere near capable um, of reading instruction books, like with my OCD and whatnot. I mean, I am more capable of doing it now, just barely anyway. But there was a time when I'd be flicking through instruction books, reading them. Second, I say, not bad. Uh, there'd be times when I'd be flicking through instruction books, trying to read them, and when I went on to the next page, I'd have a bad a thought that would make me feel uncomfortable, and so at that point, I need to turn back to the page that I was just on and have to write the right thought, a thought to undo my bad thought that made me anxious while touching the previous page, so that I'd feel like I could move on without suffering from unrelenting anxiety, so that I could have a clear mind, a clear conscience, maybe you could say, as I continued on with reading the book and all. Yeah, so as you can imagine, that'd probably put anyone off reading instruction books or reading books at all, really. It seems like this is another level where we need to get toys to the bottom, like this cute mouse here. I can't remember if this is the first level that the mice toys have been on or not, really. And I have been playing slightly carelessly, haven't I, as I've been talking and whatnot. I mean, it makes you wonder if I'll be able to get this this red brick now, doesn't it? Um, um, because what you might have noticed here is that you can get rid of all blockages underneath the top bricks, but because boxes always fall straight down, it means boxes will never fall sideways and down underneath this obstruction here. So sometimes that can greatly overcomplicate things if you haven't cleared an obstruction near the top of the screen like this. Yeah, it's looking kind of worrying here, isn't it? Yeah, first failure in this video, it seems. So let's try again. Coming up to the 25-minute mark now in the video as well, so makes you wonder if I'll be able to get another 15 levels done for this video, doesn't it? And so it'll probably be smarter if I can try to take out these top bricks earlier this time. Yeah, like you're noticing me do now. I was hoping that propeller would shoot downwards and take all of the lower bricks out as well. So how's everyone's day been, I wonder? Unfortunately, I've started getting tired early again. It's not really much fun in life, not having much energy and quickly getting tired and whatnot. I've heard sometimes that's been motivation for people to lose weight in life sometimes. But well, if I end up failing the level again, by the way. With how my moves left is getting worryingly low, as you can see for yourselves at the side here. I think I'll do it though. Yeah, it was close though, wasn't it? Don't think I'll beat my previous score either. My previous top score. No, but at least I finished the level anyway. So on to 65 now. And if I can finish this one, I'll pass another of my friends. I've never seen that particular friend of mine advance through any levels at all, so it makes me wonder if maybe she's stuck on this one. It's a shame, because I kind of feel a bit excited sometimes when I get a new Facebook friend and I notice them on the maps for games like this. But then I realised not active anymore, and it's kind of sad, I think. Makes me wonder if maybe they'll decide to watch my videos in the end and maybe get ideas as to how to finish these levels themselves. Be nice to know I was someone's inspiration in a way. 28 minutes. Wonder if I should play more levels on that. Now that I've done 10 levels. I think I'll stop. Yeah, that was a great score there, wasn't it? Yeah, I think I'll stop because if I do another 10 levels, that'll take us nice and neatly to the end of this map section. So I just did 65 then. Okay, let's stop the video and I'll see all you Stage A fans next time.